Alrighty, welcome. Happy Monday, everybody. It is 6/1, June 1st, 2020, and what an extraordinary roller coaster this year has been. I just encourage you to stay on track, stay focused. I know there's a lot of craziness going on, but one of the things that you get focused on is controlling your emotional state. So I highly encourage you to continue to, really dive deeper into yourself and really ask yourself the bigger questions and see how you could be the biggest contribution, not only to yourself, but to others around you. There's a lot of injustice going on. I mean, and that's been going on for a long time, so that's the interesting thing is that this whole thing that's on the media right now, it's not something new. It's been going on for a long time. And the really awesome thing is that now it's coming forth in the forefront of our reality. And I believe that we're going to be experiencing some exciting times pretty soon. And my heart goes out, to George Floyd, his family, all of the individuals that have been experiencing racism and discrimination. And I stand for our community. I believe that we're all one, and I think that we're going to be a better humanity after this whole thing goes through. I'm optimistic, at heart. And I just encourage you to really be a voice, be a voice of truth. Don't let anyone suppress your truth and speak your truth. And we are going to be in a much better space very, very soon. So the intention of today's meeting, and like every week, right, it's our intention, and I always like to start with an intention, is to empower you to be inspired and resourceful to be the greatest benefit to everyone. Because I believe that if you are educated with the right information on a weekly basis, well, guess what? Then you could be a big, massive benefit to your customers. And we as real estate agents, we have a big voice. We talk to people all the time. We're salespeople, we're communicators, and we have a platform. So us as real estate agents, I really encourage us to, we have to be really educated when it comes down to what's actually happening with the market, right? Two big things are happening in the world right now. COVID-19, George Floyd, all of these big things are happening in our world right now. There's a lot of changes. So it's our job to stay informed. That way we can inform our customers at the best rate. And then we can also share this knowledge with everybody. And we're just going to have a much better world, period. So we can use real estate to change the world. I really believe that. This is why I'm still in real estate 15 years later, right? So this is the subject that I want to talk about. Your inner world is creating your outer world. And I believe this to be true because I'm going to share with you just your inner world. What is that? What's your inner world? Well, your inner world is what you feel. What do you feel on a daily basis? What do you feel on a moment-to-moment basis? What do you feel as you see a lot of these things that are happening right now in the world, right? What is the little voice in your head telling you, right? That little voice that's always talking, it's talking, it's going. And even as I'm talking right now, that little voice is giving you commentary. It's telling you, do you agree with Leo? Do you disagree with Leo? Is Leo saying the right thing? Is he saying the wrong thing? Or, whatever the little voice is saying, right? Or the little voice is saying, I don't have a little voice. Well, if you don't think you have a little voice, that's the little voice that I'm talking about. Every single human being has a little voice in their head. So that's the little voice that you're talking to yourself constantly. That's your inner world. So your inner world, your health inside of yourself is going to determine your outer world. And I know this to be a fact because I've been in situations in my life where I've suffered massively. I mean, I've lost money, cars, I've lost all courage. I've been depressed and I've been kicked out of houses and I couldn't pay my cell phone bill and I didn't have enough money to even go. And I was suffering, and I suffered for a long time, for almost a year. And I remember that after a year of suffering and complaining and blaming and, telling them how dare they and why didn't anybody else help out and what happened to the government, because I had lost my house, my dad had lost his house, hundreds and thousands of people had lost their houses, and I was really blaming the world for that. And after a while, that inner voice, I got tired of hearing all that crap. And I got to the point where it just broke something within me, and I'm like, you know what? I am not. No matter how much I complain, no matter how much I suffer, no matter how much crap I keep telling myself, nothing outside is going to work. It's not going to change anything. And sure enough, nothing changed for that year. I was in a massive massive pity party, and I was a victim. Once I got myself out of victimhood and I put myself back in the driver's seat, I asked myself, what do I want to experience? How do I want to show up? Well, at the time, I wanted to experience happiness, and I wanted to experience success. I wanted to experience, a material success, and I wanted all of these things. And I said, you know what? If it's going to be anybody that's going to make this happen, it's going to be me. And then I went out there and I said, you know what? I'm going to go and meet with someone. I'm going to go to an office. I'm going to talk to somebody. And I did. And I followed that person's instructions blindly. And I sold 800 properties in 8 years. And I went from being dead broke to doing that and making over $1 million in 1 year. And I had flipped over 20 houses, and I had got the car, and I had all the material things I wanted. But guess what? My inner world was still seeking happiness, because I didn't get that the happiness that I was seeking was not going to be delivered by getting all the material things, right? So when I got at the peak of my success, I then asked myself this question: is this it? Because I had made the money, the cars, everything, and I still was unhappy. And you're probably thinking about yourself like, well, damn, if I had all that money, I would be super happy. Well, yeah, you think that, but the thing is that that's a trick. It's a trick that your mind plays on you. You really got to get this, guys. If you want to experience happiness, joy, fulfillment, and gratitude, that is available for you right now. It's available right now. You don't need anything to experience that. You have this chemical factory, your emotions. You have this inner genius within you, and you could maneuver that. You can train yourself on a daily basis to experience those emotions. Because if you experience gratitude, joy, abundance, fulfillment, all of these beautiful emotions on a daily basis, then no matter what happens in your day, you will be happy and excited and grateful. Because, I think about like the one thing that made the biggest impact in my life was gratitude. Like I was like, you know what? How blessed I am. I'm blessed to be able to see. I'm blessed to be able to hear. I'm blessed to be able to speak. I got a bed. I got a roof. I got a shower. I got a toilet. My food. My stomach is full. I got clean water. Just so many things to be grateful for. So, if you really ever are in a position, even if you're going through it right now, just understand how awesome your life is, because it really is. You got first world problems. Like, you probably want some other things in life, and I encourage you to go after everything you want. But understand that your inner world is dictated by you. So if you're experiencing frustration and pain and anger and, depression and all these things, you are choosing to be in those states. So the one thing that I would give you as advice right now is your inner world. You got to be fully responsible for your inner world, fully responsible. You got to take full responsibility. You got to get yourself in the driver's seat. You got to get yourself out of victimhood and get yourself out of the passenger seat. Get in the driver's seat, because your inner world is created by you. And there's a great book that I'm going to recommend for you to read. It's Letting Go by David Hawkins. That book is going to change your life. Don't ignore it. I keep telling you, I'm pretty sure you've heard me say this before. I've posted about this book. This book is going to make a major impact in your life. So I highly encourage you to do it. And that's what I got to say for today. So now, the weekly market update. This is what happened in 1 week. Incredible. Look at this. In Los Angeles County, we had 10,000 homes active, 10,470 to be exact, active, 4,139 in San Bernardino, 4,326 in Orange County, and 6,243 in Riverside. That's a lot of homes. Over 24,000 homes available. That means there's a lot of opportunities for your clients. There's a lot of opportunities for you. Get out there and get business and sell properties. And what? Rates are low. Pendings. What is an escrow? 6,600 in Los Angeles, 3,500 homes in San Bernardino, 2,100 in Orange, and 4,700 in Riverside County. And what closed in 1 week, right? What actually sold? And this is 1 week once again. I don't want you to ever think, I'm like, oh my God, is there business? Is something happening? Yes, absolutely. Look at the numbers. That's where you got to pivot to all the time. Look at the numbers. Los Angeles, 584 homes sold at an average price point of $962. It's almost 600 properties right there in just one county. And then you got San Bernardino County with 349, Orange County with 349, and Riverside, 484 homes. So that's over 1,000 homes that sold in 1 week. That's a lot of volume too. Look at Los Angeles, 562 million, 130 million in San Bernardino, 300 million in Orange County, and 217 million in Riverside. And guess what I did? I also threw in San Diego because I got some agents in San Diego now. 5,197 homes available in San Diego, 4,300 in escrow, and 399 closed last week. $282 million in volume. So that's what happened in 1 week. This is what I want you to think as well. Don't ever trick yourself that there's no business or that the market is doing this or the market is doing that. That's a bunch of crap. If you listen to the media, if you listen to the little inner voice in your head that tells you that stuff, then you're going to bury yourself and you're going to believe whatever you want. This information right here is proving that the market's still moving. It doesn't matter if the market's good or bad. The market is moving, right? That's what I really want you to remember always. The market is moving. Are homes selling? Yes. Are homes going into escrow? Yes. Is our economy completely stopped? Absolutely not. Over 1 billion closed in 1 week. That's a lot of business. So get out there and get business. This is what happened in expires. 457 homes expired last week. That's almost 500 properties. That's 500 opportunities for you to go out there and assist these homeowners because they need your help. Give them this information. Make your own market report. Give them this information and let them know how awesome the market is right now. They got to move. This is what happened in foreclosures. And I actually did the stats for all last month. All of the numbers, homes in April, only like 1 home sold in Riverside, San Bernardino, 9 homes sold in Los Angeles, and 2 in Orange County. So there was hundreds of homes scheduled to go to auction, but all of them were postponed. That's a good sign. There's a lot of them scheduled to go to foreclosure or to auction this month. If you see it, Riverside 235, San Bernardino 189, Los Angeles 671, and Orange County 150 homes. These are scheduled to go to auction. My feeling and my gut intuition is it's gonna probably all of them are gonna get postponed because most banks are postponing everything right now. Still, we want to look at these numbers, right? Because if I'm looking at this every single week, we will notice the moment that the market starts to pivot and shift. So also the pre-foreclosures, all of them went down in every county. 1,300 in Riverside, 1,100 in San Bernardino, 3,200 in Los Angeles, 889 in Orange County. All the numbers are down. That's a good sign. But pay attention to this thing because foreclosures are going to give you the insight when the market's going to pivot. We got to stay really closely in tune with this. Current numbers at EXP. What happened at EXP? We got 3,564 agents in California. We grew by 100 and something agents. EXPI stock is up by, it's at 1069. We have almost 30,000 agents. We're about to hit 30,000. I'm excited. It should happen any day. We should be able to announce that. Our stock is really going up. I mean, we're getting more and more and more amazing, talented people. Our company is getting better by the day. So make sure you're getting yourself as much stock as you possibly can. Interest rates are also awesome. I mean, I'm putting 3 to 3.5%. My girl just put somebody in escrow at 2.7%. So the rates are crazy low, right? That's a really good sign for buyers. How do you know? I mean, I get this question of, well, if it's a buyer's market or if it's a seller's market, is it a good market? It's a bad market. You know what? My answer is this. What's your intention? What's your goal? Do you have a desire to buy? And what's the motivation behind it? And if the motivation is to become a homeowner because you want to save or you want to have some tax advantages or something like that, let's look at the financial pictures and let's look at the numbers and let's make sure that the numbers are making the decision. If the numbers are saying, hey, I'm going to put myself in a situation where I might be in trouble in a couple of months, then don't do it. But if you're going to put yourself in a position where, you know what, you're going to have a house now and you're going to be able to build some equity and you are going to have something that you own for yourself and you're paying the same exact money you would pay for in rent or less, then absolutely makes sense to buy, right? Or encourage your clients to get out there and refinance, right? That's something that's coming from contribution, be of service. Use my living calendar. I tell you guys all the time, use my calendar. This is how you're going to be able to get some of my time. If you want coaching or you want me to talk to an agent, whatever the case is, use my Calendly. It's on my link tree. You guys can access that. Upcoming events, we have this meeting, obviously, that's what we're doing right now. Breath work, we have that back at 10 o'clock in the morning. That's awesome. If you need the link, just go ahead and text me. Revenue Share Mastermind at 11 o'clock on Wednesday. We have an EXP introduction on Fridays at 10, like every week. And we have Built for This at 9 o'clock on Saturday. And these are the events that are going for the week. And obviously, you guys know that EXP has about 120 classes going on every single week. So, that's another thing. Like most companies, you can say, you know what, they don't have enough training, or I don't know what to do. You don't have that excuse at EXP. You got 20 to 30 classes every day, and you got 500 staff members that are there to help you in any way. And you have other business partners that brought you into this company that you can also leverage, right? So I want to just tell you this. Asking for help is a sign of courage. Asking for help is not a sign of weakness. So if you need help with anything, make sure you ask. Because if you're not asking for help and you need it, then that's going to be your recipe for failure, because you have a lot of resources around you. What will you create this week? Make a specific goal. How many listings are you going to sign? How many open escrows are you going to have? How many closings are you going to have? How many agents are you going to attract to the company? Make sure you put a specific number. Don't worry about how you're going to get it. Just make sure you write that down and then you live in that possibility. And who I am is the possibility of being peaceful and powerful. Those are the two words that I picked for myself this week. So make sure you pick yourself something that is going to empower you for the week. So every single day this week, I'm going to be peaceful and powerful. No matter what happens, peaceful and powerful, right? That's a pretty awesome dynamic. So you can pick yourself, two other words. What will they be? They could be grateful, inspiring, joyous, whatever the case is, a possibility of being. Just make sure you declare two. And your focus, like this week and every week, create your day. Make sure you create it a day before. Make sure you have it all written down a day before you go to bed. That way your subconscious mind starts to work on it and you show up and what you got to do for the day. Because if you don't have your day planned, you're already failing. Follow your plan. Allow it to dictate your day. Keep yourself in an empowering state. Increase your conversations. Don't fool yourself either. Don't give yourself the excuse that I'm not getting enough business. I always ask, how many conversations do you have on a daily basis? And they're like 4, 5. Well, how do you expect to be successful if you're only having 4 to 5 conversations? And I'm pretty sure that number is being made up. You have to have 30 conversations every single day. If you want to be a top producer and you want to excel in the business, you got to have 30 conversations every single day at least, right? And I'm only talking to you if you want to really be successful at a higher rate. If you want to, if you want to just kind of keep it cool, you want to do 10, 12 transactions, that's totally fine too. And you want to do at least 10, 15 contacts every single day. But you got to have new conversations about real estate. Our only job in real estate is to have conversations with people that want to buy or sell real estate. Are you looking to buy or are you looking to sell? Are you looking to buy or are you looking to sell? Are you looking to buy or are you looking to sell? Are you looking to buy or are you looking to sell? That's your only job. And then make sure you put social media posts out there. That's just an addition. That's like you putting a flyer or a sign out on the streets, right? Do social media posts every single day. Let people know you're in the business. Digital door knocking. This is another big one. Use your KV Core. Master KV Core. The classes are in the platform. You don't have to guess, or if you're just sitting there well, I don't know how to use KV Core. Have you even logged in and taking the training? You got to take the time to do that. This is your business we're talking about. Take the time to actually do the training. Be empathetic and see how you can be resourceful to your clients, because you always got to come from contribution. No matter what you do, you got to come from contribution. And what I found, something that really helps my inner state is exercising, doing push-ups, jumping jacks, sit-ups, stretch. I'm saying this because, for a long time our gym wasn't closed, but once the gym's open, get out there and go to the gym, do something, or ride a bike. That's what I do on a daily basis. And meditate, sit for 10 minutes, breathe. You don't have to figure anything out, and then just create some space between you and all the noise. Meditation is going to make a big impact in your life. So that's basically what I got for today. Thank you so much for your time, and let's create an extraordinary week. Peace.